Hey guys, all right, this is episode 2. I'm here with your winners of the Halo Australia Pro League, the Halo 3, I guess, competition. It was the first one. What was your team name again, guys?
Colombian Rush.
Colombian Rush. What was the inspiration for the name?
It's been my last team since maybe Halo Reach, Halo 3. We went to MLGs multiple times with that name.
Yeah.
So I decided to ask these guys if we are gonna run under that name, and they were all good. So yeah, we just put it that name.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, well, just for everyone that doesn't know, these guys have been in the scene for quite a while. You obviously know Pips as well from the first interview, so good to have a familiar face in the second one as well, proving that you can be good at all Halos, which is, I think, a pretty sick. So if you want to kind of introduce yourself, we'll start off with Brad and top there. Just give me a rundown on like your gamer tag, how long you've been playing. Just give me a little bit of overview about yourself, nothing too serious.
So I'm Brad Bell, gamer tag Braddddlllzzz. I think I've been playing for since about 2006 in COFs. I think I was hooked once I saw that first intro to like back in MLG in 2006. I was just like, this is probably the freaking greatest thing I've ever seen. And ever since then, I've just been gaming hard. Halo 2 started and then played pretty much Halo 3 when it came out. Played pretty much every Halo competitively since then.
Yeah, man.
Sort of thing.
That's so sweet. I wish I had been started in the competitive scene earlier. I mean, I'm 27 now, and I kind of feel like I missed the boat getting involved. I mean, I enjoy it, but it would have been better to be younger. You know what I mean? When it first started, and I didn't even get an Xbox until grade 12, first year out of school. So I missed all of those nostalgia. I can only just imagine how many memories I'd have playing those earlier Halos if I had have gotten it in school. You know what I mean? Just would have been great. But no, thanks for that. All right, Sean, you want to give us a rundown for yourself?
Yeah, Sean, gamertag's Weasel. I've been playing Halo probably competitively since 2007, since the Halo 3 came out. I was teaming with Brad for quite a few years actually. We still team together obviously, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's good to have some kind of history when you're going into comps as well. I feel like that's one of the things that Halo in Australia kind of misses a little bit. We've got everybody that's kind of played with everybody a little bit, but having that continuation of a really strong set team to kind of adapt to each other's play styles and get used to each other's personalities. And, you know, like a good team has to deal with some kind of upsets and fights and all that type of stuff. It's kind of what happens. But if you can have a bit more of a bond than just being a team, being friends and that type of thing as well, I think that's probably shows why you guys are still here kicking it and doing really well in comps. So hats off to you guys. All right, Pips, give us a quick one for you. I think most people will know who you are, but give us a rundown.
Tyson Pip, been playing since the start of Halo 5, but I also enjoy playing in other Halos and just learning the differences between them. So that's why I decided to play with these guys in the Halo 3 comp. They're all a lot more experienced than me in the game, but so it helped a lot.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Do you think, did you play Halo 3 competitively back in the day?
Nah, I only started competing at the beginning of Halo 5. I played Halo 3, but like I was like a 19 and low balls. Like I just played social pretty much.
Yeah. That was the whole thing that got me hooked on Halo, was the ranking system back in Halo 3. Yeah, I remember. Before I had my Xbox, going to school in grade 12, and some mates talking about like they thought they were like, we're definitely the best players in the school. And they're like, there's no one that's got like a higher skill than us. And I think they were 40, like around 40 at the time in Lone Wolves. And then Freddie, who's obviously the co-owner of Divine Mind, he was kind of sitting there across the room, and he was like, oh, I play Halo 3 as well. I'm a 50. And everyone was like, what? You know, like with the connection and everything back then, we were like, we didn't even think it was possible to get a 50. You know what I mean? Because it was so laggy all the time. But good memories. And Alea, give me the rundown for yourself, man.
My name is Alejandro. My gamer tag is CR Alejo. I'm from Colombia. I've been playing Halo since Halo 1, and I have been competing since 2011. Our first tournament, we went to MLG in Orlando, and Halo 4 and Halo 3 events in MLG as well, and I have won multiple national tournaments back in Colombia, and yeah, so many international tournaments as well.
Awesome, man. Well, it's really good to have you here in Australia and playing as well, bringing some of that professionalism and experience across here. It's awesome. How did you guys find the comp as a kind of overall? Do you feel like it run pretty well? Brad, you can give us your opinion first.
Yeah, especially considering back in the day, you know, comps were a bit sort of haphazard, like community sort of run, but like obviously Divine Mind teaming up with Halo Australia really just smashed it out. There pretty much wasn't any issues. I think Lunchy was pretty fair when it came to all the decisions on if, you know, people had to forfeit or stuff like that. I think it was pretty much one of the most, you know, well-run comps I've seen online in a long time.
Awesome. Do you, Pips and Alejandro, would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely didn't have to wait too long. Like there was one situation with I think it was Luna's Xbox. There was a bit of issues there, but like that can't be helped. But besides that, it was pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it happens to everyone. Like, obviously, Fred and I and my brother and Sean, like UK 1v, we were kind of hoping to play. And literally, as everything was getting ready to kick off, one, Fred forgot that we changed it because of Mother's Day. And two, his Xbox, when he turned it on, didn't have Halo MCC installed properly anymore. So he had so I mean, you know, mistakes kind of happen, but that's why we have multiple competitions and, you know, more opportunities to kind of compete in the future. Hopefully we can get more and more people playing, and that's one of the things that I've been putting a big focus on since we kind of announced the Pro League, is trying to figure out a way. After the very first Halo 5 comp, we had a whole heap of new teams. I think looking back, I thought there was originally 4, but there was 2 other teams, so another 8 people that signed up that I didn't realize had never been in a comp before. And when I looked through the results, those 8 teams that have never been in a comp before all got 6-0'd. Like they literally played 6 games like max, and it was just a complete destruction, right? Which is fine, and it's expected to happen, but in order to improve the community and kind of get more top tier players, or maybe not even the top tier, we've got a really good section of top tier players, but to improve that middle tier of player, we really need to help those people go from that first ever competition stage to that middle stage pretty seamlessly. Otherwise they get disheartened and they go and play COD or Fortnite or something else. It's so easy to just sit down and play. But yeah, we'll kind of work on that as we go. So when you guys were playing throughout the comp, did you have in your mind who was going to be the major competition that you guys were like kind of focused on?
Definitely Benno's team was probably the toughest kind of competition we're going to have, plus Infamous. Those were definitely the 2 teams we're looking out for going into the comp, who were definitely going to give us a run.
Yeah, cool. Why was that? Just the makeup, or you knew how they played, or?
Benno and Hef have always just been extremely good at Halo 3, and they had a good team around them as well with Junior and Loberg. So you can never count those guys out. And Prades, who was on Infamous, I reckon he's like top 2 best players in Halo 3. So no matter what team he's on, you can never count him out.
Yeah. I'm really hoping to do an interview with those guys as well, because I remember seeing their game tags when I was around in Halo Reach, but didn't really ever get to kind of introduce myself or meet any of them. So if they're watching this, guys, I hit you up on Twitter, but reach out and we'll make sure that we can do an interview for you guys as well. What was in the competition? What was your favorite game? Did you have a game that stood out that was like that was the one?
What was it? Our first game of the day against Infamous was a Narrows flag, and it was 2-2 for like 10 minutes or something, and we were so close to getting so many flags. And then when we finally got that flag in, it just felt like a lot of pressure was lifted. Finally got it and got into a groove. Yeah, that was probably the best game.
Yeah, I was watching that game as well, and it was weird to kind of see because I was watching from both perspectives, and the communication from Infamous was actually really good. So I think that you guys probably undersell yourself as far as like individual talent, because I think that's what kept it so close until you guys warmed up and got your communication and got your teamwork on point. Because the whole way throughout the comp, every time that I watched Infamous play, their call outs and their team understanding of what they were going to do. I mean, obviously you guys won, so you're the better team. But I was really impressed from guys that I'd never really seen before, how well that they were all in the same mind frame when it came to like rotating a odd ball or, making a flag push or anything like that. And they called it out really efficiently as well. So I was really impressed to see that. But obviously, did you guys find that it took you a little bit of time to kind of get warmed up in that teamwork element? Anyone can answer that.
You go for that one, Brad.
Sorry, my phone just completely froze. I was just going to say, I feel initially it just took a little bit to kind of really get on the ball. I know Alejo was coming in with not as much warm up, not playing as warm as we were. I think I was online for about an hour beforehand, sort of thing with Pip. But I think, once, especially that first series, like that's what we were talking about before, how close it was. And once we, like Pip said, once we took that first sort of game, we kind of like our confidence built up. And then once I think about the second game in, we felt pretty good after that. And then I pretty much after that, I felt like we were pretty much kind of really getting there when it comes to like the small talk as well, and really sort of seeing deciding on the same sort of thing in game.
Yeah. And it takes a while to kind of get into that as well. How long did you guys kind of scrim together before the competition?
I may have had one scrim.
Oh, so really?
We didn't actually get as much practice as we like, just because of like differences in time. So like heaps of us played together, but we didn't have our full roster, I don't think.
Yeah. So where are you guys?
Definitely got better over there.
I'm Newcastle. Sean's Sydney, Pip, York, Canberra, Alejo's Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne.
So there's a little bit there. Yeah, it sucks being in a different country because I woke up at 5:30 this morning, and that's why I got the times wrong yesterday. I don't know why. I thought I woke up just a little bit late and went, hang on a second, this is not the right time. So I understand that. Weasel, I haven't heard much of you. Have you always played from the Weasel gamer tag, or have you been with another gamer tag previously?
Yeah, no, I've always been playing under the Weasel gamer tag. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I don't remember hearing. Have you always played Halo 3 and MCC majority of it, or did you play Halo Reach and Halo 5 at all?
Yeah, I did. I played Halo 3 probably the most, but also Reach, bit of Reach, Halo 4, Halo 5 as well. But yeah, mainly Halo 3.
Yeah, awesome. No, that's cool. All right, and coming into kind of the next competition for you guys, are you guys going to stick together as a team for the next Halo 3 comp?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yes.
Beautiful. I love to hear that because I want to see you guys take it back to back. That's always the dream, is just standing up and pushing through. Do you guys reckon you do it?
Yeah. So.
That's a unanimous yes. That's good. All right. Well, this is a little bit different to the first time because I'm more interested to hear this from you guys. As far as Divine Mind and Halo is going at the moment. Do you guys have any feedback or any input that you think would be important or good for us to kind of help the community come together? I think that this was a good thing for us to talk about, especially with you guys having your opinion, because when I was jumping in between the streams and kind of listening to people talk during the competition, I was hearing a lot of feedback that was maybe not so constructive, and it was a little bit just more people having opinions. But when I tried to kind of get more out of people, like, okay, so what do you mean, by whatever, they didn't really have a backup to it. So I think a lot of the complaining, a lot of stuff I heard was a bit of noise. So I'm genuinely interested to hear if you guys have any feedback on if we do future comps. Should it be Halo 3? Should there be other Halos included like Reach? Should we focus more on Halo 5? Should we do more free-for-all style comps? Should we look at doing things like draft league in Australia, where we kind of do free-for-alls and then we match people off their placings in free-for-alls? Should we do doubles tournaments? Should we look at doing other things like, SWAT and snipers? Do you guys have any feedback as far as what you think you'd like to see from Divine Mind going forward?
I reckon that. So I was going to say just the draft pick, because I always think back in Halo 3 we had at one of the lands we had one of the comps where we essentially sort of look at the different teams and kind of place like the best team. They split up the four individuals on the best team, the second best team. They kind of like mix and match other people from lower teams with them to kind of get everyone to play a bit together. And then those games were always either like really close, and it gave a lot of people the ability to play with someone who's a lot better than them on an actual sort of team perspective. And then like what you said about the draft pick, I reckon that's like a great sort of idea. That, you know, you can sort of just go in by yourself, and then you get chucked in with a team that, you know, pretty sort of around your skill, and it makes the competition itself a lot closer, I feel, compared to people just picking who they sort of want to play with, and then you kind of get the same people stuck together without any real variance sort of happening. So I always thought like that was going to be like a really good thing to try, at least to see, you know, you can give people more experience that don't usually get the opportunity, really help those, like you were saying, help those like younger sort of newer people coming in to get, you know, even show themselves off in a different light if they, you know, they give them a different opportunities.
Yeah. Did anyone else have anything to add around the draft?
No, I don't know too much about the whole draft thing.
No, cool.
A lot of people were complaining about like a lot of noise about some people wanted only Halo 5, some people wanted only Halo 3. But for my opinion, personally, I actually quite enjoy playing both the different Halos, like a bit of variety and a bit of difference. Obviously, with like kind of two communities still, some people are only playing Halo 3 and some playing Halo 5. I actually like that you've kind of got both communities to play again.
Well, that's the whole point, is we don't care which Halo it is, because we are passionate about Australian gaming and Halo. So it don't really matter which one it is, as long as people are going to enjoy doing it. And that's what I found strange, is the guys that were the main group of people that I could kind of see complaining about it didn't compete in the Halo 5 comp, and were complaining about being two Halos. So I was really confused that they were playing in a comp to potentially earn money and complaining about it. So, but that leads
me on that part.
Yeah. That leads me into the other point I was going to make just about the draft pick. So this is the issue around the draft, the way that a draft pick kind of works, right? And there's a huge amount of ego in the Halo Australia community, just as far as like the players go. And that's not a bad thing, because that's just everyone is got strong personalities, and you know what, everyone is a fairly talented player. But it does make things like a draft pick hard, because everybody goes, you know, if my teammates weren't so bad, and my teammates, and this guy's terrible, and whatever it is, right? So I really like the idea of a draft pick. And the thing that we've been really tossing up between at the moment is to make it work, is just a way that we can do it where it kind of helps remove the ego out of it. I mean, the easiest way for that to happen is that we've got more leaders in the community that are looking at those type of competitions as a way to kind of stand out and say, look, I am someone that's been around for a long time. I'm someone who values the community, you know, and I'm someone that wants to see it grow, because, you know, if we get more people that have that mindset, and then we do a competition like that, it runs really well, and it'll get heaps more people involved. I've seen there's a few groups that are doing it at the moment, guys that we're talking to in the Greater Toronto Halo, and also in Halo Europa. Those guys they do a whole heap of things, but they've got less ego, because I think their pro players get time to compete more regularly against other pro players, whereas we're kind of out here on an island. So all of everyone here that's at a certain level wants to play against other people at that level, and they don't understand that to get more people playing at their level, they've got to invest some time down to bring people up. But we'll work in the draft league. Outside of gameplay or anything, any suggestions, anything you guys want to see going forward? It can be completely, you know, out there. It doesn't have to be a competition as far as free-for-all and stuff. It could be just ways to engage with the community, ways that you think we could kind of build our brand around Halo and gaming in Australia. But any kind of thoughts there?
Not really from you guys. I like what I'm seeing with a lot more people starting to actually stream, like in the Halo 3 comp. It was kind of good to see a lot of actually community, like Benno, Junior, myself, Slays for a bit, or Jaden were all streaming like the Halo comp. Alejo did it. I actually quite enjoyed that from the community to actually, so people could watch, because there was no observer mode.
Yeah.
So I actually like that from the community. If more people keep up the stream grind, it definitely puts the name out there more.
100%. It's good for everybody. This is what one of the things that I'm trying to explain to everybody that wants a spot on a team. That means they can get paid to play Halo full time, right? is that you have to be worth something, because and the easiest way to be worth something is to have started building your own personal branding, having, you know, some kind of social media behind you, having some kind of community that follows you as a player. And then that attention converts into money, or into viewership, which converts into money, you know. And at the moment, the easiest way for anybody to do that is to be streaming, you know, putting out little clips onto Instagram, trying to put out YouTube videos, and obviously building some stuff on Twitter as well. And so, like, a good thing to lead into is we're obviously doing a small montage comp on Instagram at the moment for $100. So if any of you guys want to put together a quick little 60-second montage, I'll link you some details after this, and you can win $100. But it's also just a quick way to kind of get people integrated and working with our Instagram community as well, because there's actually, Twitter's definitely the Haloverse, but Instagram's got a really strong, it's like the young kids of Halo, I guess, are all on Instagram, and they're posting, you know, like screenshots of their Spartans and stuff that's it doesn't seem like it's relevant to the competitive side of things, but that there's still a future, you know what I mean? There's still the next kind of generation of it. But hey guys, well, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. Is there anything that you guys wanted to kind of add, or anything that you wanted to talk about before we finish up?
Yeah, I've got a question. Because Halo 3 is coming to PC shortly, will Divine Minds be hosting any tournaments on PC?
We would love to. It's again a focus on making sure that we've got the numbers for it. I think we'll do it regardless. It's just a matter of making sure that we're not putting putting our hands in too many pies, and we've got to try and keep it kind of centralized. But no, I think we will do something on PC. We need to we want to try and work with the Halo Australia guys as much as possible. They've been really, really good throughout this whole thing. And the fact that they've been doing it for so long is something that the consistency side of things is probably one of the most important aspects that we look for anyone that we're going to work with, or anyone that we're going to look at having as a player. Is if you can consistently do something for a long time, it really shows your passion. And it really shows the kind of dedication that you're willing to put towards it. And the Halo Australia guys really have that. They've been working nonstop behind the scenes to up their production quality for the streams for the next Halo 5, to get the tournament match stuff working better. They work, you know, directly with the guy who owns and runs tournament match. So I think if we can make sure that all of that stuff converts to being PC play as well, then we definitely will. Do you guys think that you'd compete in a PC comp? Curiously?
Yeah,
I would, yeah, definitely.
Easy. It's one of the things that I was thinking about doing just for the comp in the like any other comps that we run Xbox wise in the future, is making the sign up process and making everything that you need to do to be a part of the competition as simple and easy as possible. So like literally having step-by-step video tutorials on how to sign up yourself, how to sign up a team, you know, how to make sure that you've got and I reckon if we did things like showing people how to play on a computer, that'd make it a lot easier for someone as well, where they could just click on a video and it'd be like, hey, this is how I get into Halo 3 on the PC. Because I know that there's a lot of people out there that right now it's just so easy. They just turn the Xbox on. It's the only game they've touched for the last 5 years, so they don't have to think about it. But if they were to cross over and do something like PC, it's going to be new and they'd have to learn, and everybody hates learning. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much everything. Again, anything else you wanted to chat about? Any other questions? We're completely open books as far as Fred and myself and Divine Mind goes. We just want to make sure that we've got the community on board and make sure that we can do stuff that kind of serves you guys and gives you guys more opportunity to play and have fun with Halo. So anything else you want to chat about?
Good.
No, I just wanted to say thanks again for help hosting the tournament. It was really good to see Halo 3 back in competition.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks first.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we'll do a whole heap more stuff as well. So if anyone's made it to 27 minutes into the interview and wants to know something that we're launching, I've been working on this a lot, and I'm so excited to put it out because I have not seen another esports team do it. So I can't wait for everyone to see it. But we're essentially going to launch, I haven't got a set name for it yet, but it's like an employee handbook or like a player guide or a player, way of kind of being part of Divine Mind. And everybody's going to have access to it. You don't have to provide it to everyone can jump in and use it. And it'll be a step-by-step process on how to go from someone who's only just starting to build up their personal brand to getting paid to play games full-time under Divine Mind. So I'm going to send that out to hopefully everybody in the community that wants to be a part of it. But it's still probably another few weeks, maybe a month or two off, because I'm the one that's kind of designing it, and I want it to look really good. I want people to open it and go, whoa, that's sick. I want to do that. I want to get paid to play Halo, and that's how I do it. So... all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for everybody that tuned in to watch it. Please, again, leave some feedback in the comments down below. If there's anything that I didn't ask that you want to hear from pro players in the future, then let me know. Make sure that you drop a like and a comment, and also follow all of the other social medias. I'll leave the links for these guys. Anyone that has a Twitch channel, their Twitter, anything, any way that they want you to be able to contact them, down in the description as well. So make sure you give them some support, because it's without guys like this, we've got no community. So thank you again, guys. I really appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to talking to you after the next Halo 3 comp as our winners again. Pips, hopefully I'll talk to you after the next Halo 5 comp.
See you next week.
That's it.